Every night I'd come home from work and promise myself, tonight will be different. I'll do something productive. I'll read. I'll build something. I'll learn. But then, boom. 3 hours gone, swallowed by the couch, takeout, and YouTube rabbit holes. And I thought I was just tired. But no, I was trapped in a cycle. If this sounds like you, I get it. Because I was you. In this video, I'm going to share the 8 specific changes I made that completely transformed my evenings. From wasted time to the most powerful, energizing part of my day. These aren't hacks or theories. They're real, tested habits that reshaped my mindset, energy, and even my finances. If you ever feel like your evenings disappear into a black hole of scrolling and exhaustion, stay with me. The transformation is 100% possible. And here's the best part. It's not about doing more. It's about doing better, with intention. So let's jump into the first thing I did that broke the pattern. And hey, if this kind of content helps you take back control of your time and life, consider subscribing. I share everything that's taking me from zero to wealth. Habit 1. The decompression ritual. The first thing I changed was deceptively simple. I created a ritual right after work, a signal to my brain that the workday is over. Before, I'd walk through the door and instantly fall into whatever was easiest. Phone, couch, food. I needed something to interrupt that autopilot. So I built what I now call my decompression window. It's 15 minutes max. But here's the key. It's intentional. For me, it started with a quick shower. Just water, no distractions. Sometimes I'd stretch for 5 minutes, or put on music that makes me feel calm but focused. I even started lighting a specific candle. Sounds silly, but that scent? It became a mental trigger. Okay, we're switching gears now. This wasn't about productivity. It was about presence. I needed to stop carrying the stress of the day into the rest of my life. And once I gave myself permission to shift modes, everything else became easier. Within a week of doing this consistently, I noticed something wild. My brain stopped craving numbing escapes. Because now, my evenings had a clear and intentional beginning. Try it. Pick 3 sensory cues, 1 for your body, 1 for your mind, and 1 for your space. That's your decompression ritual. It's simple, powerful, and it works. Habit 2. The digital block. Let's be honest. Screens are engineered to hijack our evenings. I used to think I just had no discipline when it came to my phone at night. But the truth is, I was trying to fight an entire industry designed to keep me scrolling, swiping, and stuck. So instead of relying on willpower, I created a digital block. The goal? Make mindless scrolling inconvenient. I started with one simple rule. No phone in my hands for the first hour after getting home. It went straight into a drawer, and I charged it across the room. If I needed music or a timer, I used my smart speaker. No exceptions. Next, I removed every single dopamine drip app from my home screen. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, gone. Not deleted, just buried. Out of sight, out of mind. I even set my phone to grayscale after 7 p.m. Suddenly, it felt boring. And that was the point. To reinforce it, I put a sticky note on the drawer that said, "Are you escaping or creating?" The result? I stopped losing hours to apps I didn't even enjoy. And suddenly, I had time again. This isn't anti-tech. It's pro-intention. And that's the difference that changed everything. Habit 3. Food and energy. Reset. Here's something nobody told me. The way you eat after work can destroy your evening energy. For years, I'd come home starving. I'd crush a giant meal, usually full of carbs, cheese, and sugar, and then wonder why I felt like a melted human puddle by 8 p.m. So I changed the game with one idea. Eat to fuel, not sedate. I started prepping a light, high-protein dinner before work. Think grilled chicken with quinoa or a smoothie with almond butter and greens. Nothing fancy, just something that wouldn't crash me but still tasted good. It made decision-making at night so much easier. I also cut back on late-night snacking. I realized I wasn't hungry. I was bored, restless, or emotionally drained. So I set a food curfew. No eating after 8 p.m. unless it was water or tea. This tiny rule helped me reset my entire rhythm. And the craziest part? Within days, my brain fog started lifting. I wasn't just staying awake longer. I was alert, focused, and even motivated. Evenings stopped being about recovery and started becoming about growth. If you're crashing after dinner, tweak what and when you eat. Your energy will thank you. Habit 4. The micro-personal project. This one changed everything for me. Most evenings, I used to feel stuck between two options: be productive and exhausted, or rest and feel guilty. Neither felt good. I was either burning out or zoning out. No middle ground. Then I tried something different. I picked a tiny personal project. Something that had nothing to do with work, but everything to do with me. For 30 minutes a night, I committed to building something that mattered to me. A blog, a side hustle idea, learning design, even outlining video ideas for this very channel. The key? It wasn't about results. It was about momentum. I treated it like brushing my teeth. Non-negotiable, no expectations. Just show up and do 30 minutes. It became sacred time, not for achievement, but for creativity. And what happened next was wild. My entire day started to feel more intentional because I knew my night had purpose. It gave me something to look forward to. I wasn't just winding down, I was creating, exploring, growing. And every small win gave me energy to keep going. If your evenings feel hollow, try this. Make something yours. That's where fulfillment and identity starts to grow. Habit 5. Intentional night reading. Let me be real. I used to tell myself I was too tired to read. But somehow, I had energy to scroll TikTok for an hour in bed. So I flipped the script. Instead of saying, I should read more, I made a deal with myself. 10 pages a night. No pressure, no deadlines, just intention. But here's what made the difference. I stopped reading randomly. I chose books that directly connected to where I wanted to grow. Mindset, money, energy, communication. Reading became a strategy, not a chore. I created a reading zone. Low light, no phone, physical book only. I even tracked it on a simple sheet taped to my wall. 1 check mark per night. That little visual cue was a game changer. And the compounding effect, huge. In 6 months, I'd finished more books than I had in the last 5 years combined. But more importantly, my thoughts changed. My vocabulary grew. My confidence in conversations improved. And most of all, I started ending each night with input that fed my future, not drained it. So ask yourself, what would happen if you read with purpose? Try it tonight. Just 10 pages. That's how my momentum started. Habit 6. End of day. Closure technique. One of the most underrated habits I've ever built is this: closing the day with intention. Most nights, I used to carry work thoughts, worries, and mental clutter straight into my sleep. No wonder I woke up tired. I never mentally clocked out. So I built a ritual. Every night, right before I disconnect, I grab a small notebook and answer 3 simple prompts. What went well today? What needs improvement? What's the one thing I'll focus on tomorrow? That's it. 3 questions, 5 minutes. But here's what happens. I process the day. I extract a win. I spot a pattern. I set a focus. And then, my brain lets go. This isn't a journal, it's a reset switch. Sometimes I even write down what's bothering me, just to get it out of my head and onto paper. It's like unloading baggage before sleep. And when I skip it, I feel it. My mind races. I dream about emails. I wake up foggy. But when I do it consistently, I fall asleep with clarity, not chaos. Try it. You don't need the perfect notebook, just the habit. It's 5 minutes that can change your next 12 hours. Habit 7. Strategic prep. For tomorrow. This one takes less than 5 minutes, but it's a total game changer. Before going to bed, I write down the 3 most important things I need to do tomorrow. That's it. No full plan, no overthinking, just the top 3. It's a mini roadmap that clears my mind, lowers anxiety, and gives me a head start before the day even begins. When I wake up, I don't waste energy deciding. I already know where to focus. It's not about perfection. It's about direction. Try it tonight. You'll be surprised how much smoother tomorrow feels, and how much calmer you sleep. Habit 8. Sleep. Hygiene and conscious disconnect. Here's the truth. You can't win your evenings if you lose your nights. For years, I'd go to bed with my phone in my hand and chaos in my mind, then wonder why I woke up tired and anxious. Now, I shut down with intention. Screens off by 9, lights dimmed, a book in my hand, maybe some calm music. And I tell myself one thing before sleep. You did enough today. Rest is productive too. That one sentence changed my relationship with rest. If this video helped you rethink your evenings, like it, drop a comment, and hit subscribe. Zero to Wealth starts here.